Hi, I'm Theo, also known as Leutcraft, and this is my first YouTube video. I knit a lot, so I decided I started an Instagram recently to try and kind of like catalog some of my knitting there, but I've been making so many projects, I felt like I should start, I don't know, making a YouTube video about it, recording some of this. I watch a lot of like knitting vlogs and podcasts, so also doing that. I'm gonna start out, this is my first video, um, and to like introduce you all to kind of my knitting style and preferences and everything. I'm just gonna do a full like yarn tour of all of the yarn in my stash, all of the projects I have planned, and also like all of my WIPs. This is a very comprehensive video. I think it actually won't be that long because I don't have like the hugest collection in the world, but kind of give you a sense of like my knitting style. Sorry if there's like random bangs. We have a kid who lives upstairs who's very loud. I also have a kid. I have a kid who is also loud, but my husband is taking care of him, and you might hear like a couple of things. So anyway, about me, I learned to knit like 20 odd years ago, but I didn't start making garments till like 2 years ago when I had my son. And I started making like a baby blanket for him and knitting him little sweaters. And then eventually I was like, I should knit things for myself too. And so I started doing that. And now I spend like most of my free hours doing that. So yeah, I knit a lot. I just realized there's a lot of sound. 1 second. Okay, I closed the doors. There's slightly less sound now. I don't know if there's like a cut, but I'm back. Anyway, I knit a lot. I knit in like all of my free time, which I have quite a bit of right now because I am still at home with my son. And I don't knit as much as like I see some people who are like, I have 40 WIPs like or 40 projects a year. That's not feasible for me. I'm a slow English knitter, like English style. I don't live in England. I live in San Francisco. But I English style knitter, and it's like kind of slow. So I'm not producing a ton of projects. I also don't have the need for that many projects, so that doesn't happen. In general, I have learned that I really like working with like kind of rustic wool, and mostly sport and DK weight. I live in San Francisco, like I said, so I can't, like, it gets cool here, but I am always sweating if I'm wearing anything that's like a worsted weight or above that, unless it's like a jacket when I need it. So I'm trying to have more like lightweight projects. Anyway, I think that's enough kind of introduction about me. Oh, what I'm wearing. I'm wearing the Elizabeth blouse by Petite Knit. It's a DK, no, it's a sport weight pattern. I think it's a sport weight pattern, but I did it in a DK. This is Drops Extra Fine Merino, which is a superwash DK. I think it's in off-white and sage. This was actually left over from a project for my son. I made his baby blanket in this like sage color. And then I had this like off-white color. I was gonna make him a pullover, like a cable knit in this, and then I realized I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. I did it in something else, and then I made this for myself, and as I was knitting it, I was like, oh, I'm like not actually a big fan of wearing superwash wool personally, like it doesn't suit me, but I'm still really proud of this. I think it's really nice. I actually do wear it all the time, even though like I don't love the feeling of it. It's like, I don't know if that makes sense. It's soft. It's just like, I don't know. It has a tiny bit of pilling. I don't know if you can see. Just like the smallest bit, but I have never depilled this. It's really minor. And I added this chart, this color work chart. I just like made this up in Stitch Fiddle and put this on there. Because I don't know how to knit a pattern as it's written. I've struggled with that. Um, maybe one day I will. Who knows? But anyway, let's start with my works in progress, and then I'll go from there. Okay, let's start here, because I grabbed it first. And this is almost done, though I don't know when I'm actually going to finish it. This is the Willow Pullover by Andrea Gown. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Here you go. It's beautiful. It's like a little basket weave pattern. I have all of it done except for the sleeves. I did the collar already because I wanted to make sure it like was fitting right. Not like there was anything I could do about it because it's a bottom up sweater. It's just my first bottom up, and the bell had been rung. I was not going to undo the whole body if it was like too short. I added length to the body and still a little more cropped than I personally like my sweater. I wear menswear for the most part, so but I like it. It's very wearable. What are the specs on this? It's a DK. It comes from sizes, has 12 sizes. It's a lot. It's knit on a US 6. I found this, she's a great pattern writer. This was super easy to do. And I knit this in Germantown DK by Kelborn Woolens. Let's see. This is the color Scarlet. I really like this. It was my first time working with this. It's 270 yards per 100 grams. It's a 3-ply worsted spun DK. It's very like springy. It feels springy. It's really like pleasant to do textured patterns with. Someone at my like knit group said it was like a very woolly wool. I don't find it that way. It's like slightly more rustic than a Cascade 220. I'm just gonna use Cascade 220 as like a baseline to compare everything to. It's like, is it more rustic or less rustic? It's slightly more, but it's not like a Let Low Be. I can wear it next to skin and be totally fine. I have a slightly skewed like idea of what's soft. Like I don't think it's soft, but I don't think it's rough. So don't take my word. If like feel things yourself, because we might not have the same idea of what soft is. Anyway, so this is project 1. And I'll add the sleeves before it gets cool again, so eventually. What else do we have? This makes me frustrated. Not because there's anything wrong with this, but I'll get into it. This is the Holly bandana. Here we go, hold that up. It's so pretty, and this is such a soft, beautiful yarn. This is the Holly bandana by, I want to say, Suzanne Muller. It's knit in, what is this? I have to grab a skein. This is another Kelborn Woolens, love, Mojave. It's 60% cotton, 40% linen. This is the color Dandelion. Check it out. Oh, that bang, that's just the kid upstairs. He's jumping onto our, and this is a lot. I digress. Anyway, this is, going back to it, lost the plot. My Holly bandana. I have to frog like half of this because I brought it on vacation to Mexico recently. I was like, this will be a fun little knit while I'm there, and then when I'm done, when we get back, like I'll have a bandana. I didn't work on it that much, but I wanted to work on it on the flight home, and lo and behold, I did not realize that you cannot bring metal needles through the airports back from Mexico, so they confiscated my chagos, and I had to just like pray that it wouldn't come undone because I didn't put in a lifeline. I picked up my stitches again, but I picked them up on my smallest needle that I had, as one does, and forgot to switch it back out to a size 3, which I was knitting it on, and just like knit another half of this on the size 2s, I think. So it's all wonky and messed up, and it took like an inch or two till I was like, oh, I need to rip back. What's the specs on this? This is a sport weight yarn, super soft, but the pattern itself calls for a fingering weight, 28 stitches by 38 rows, 219 to 273 yards. It's a bandana, so I was just like, I'm just gonna use what I have that I like, so I use this. Fit doesn't really matter. What next? Oh, okay. It's another jump, sorry. I'm gonna see if I can like cut or like put music over so you don't hear. We'll see what we can do. Okay, my next project. This is the Vest Taipei. The Vest Taipei, I think is actually the order it is. And it's by Mochi Knits. And I'm making this in the Fiber Co. Luma. There it is. And I'm actually gonna hold up the vest again because I don't know how close I held it. There we go. I don't know if you can see it. This is actually already blocked because I wanted to see how off gauge I was, and I am off gauge. So it's gonna be oversized, but that's fine. I'm fine with an oversized vest. Anyway, it's the Vest Taipei. This is Luma, which is by the Fiber Co. 50% wool, 25% cotton, 15% linen, 10% silk. She's everything. It's all of the fiber content is here. Amazing. This is so soft. Like, it doesn't feel like a summer yarn. I don't think this is a summer yarn. I feel like I'm gonna wear this when it's like kind of chilly out. It's so fluffy. It's so soft. I'm worried it's gonna pill because it's so soft, but it has silk in it and like linen. I don't know how this is gonna wear. We'll see. But the Vest Taipei, yeah, calls for a DK, 25 stitches by 34 rows. This is a DK, but I'm working it on size 5 needles because even though the pattern calls for size 6, just because it feels more comfortable there, like the yarn feels like it's having a better time at a size 5 needle. It kind of, even though it's like fluffy, I don't know, it doesn't have a lot of bounce and it's thin enough that I feel like it works up better that way. So that's that. And not last. God, I have 5 projects on the needles right now. That's too much. This is the most it's ever gotten to. I'm not gonna let this happen again. I need to start finishing things. Second to last, this is my first test knit. I was picked for the test knit for the Maisie Vest, which is by Emily Chen, M Knits, and this is what I have so far. I cast this on a week ago. I've been just working on this non-stop. Okay, it's like on the needles in multiple places because I'm about to connect under the armpits. So I'm just gonna show you the back. It's this beautiful cabled pattern, like all over cables. It's, oh wow, you can't even see the back, right? It's on the needles. It's gorgeous. Like I said, it is connected to multiple skeins of yarn right now. I messed up. It calls for a DK or a lace held with a fingering. It calls for a sport weight, a lace held with a fingering. I'm using a single sport weight for it. I'm knitting the size 3, which I think is about right. My measurements, I'm like a 38 on my chest. So I normally knit about a size 3. 37, 38, I don't know, it varies. And let me set this aside. There's too much going on here. It's a gorgeous pattern. I'm probably gonna finish it in like 2 weeks. I'm knitting that in Vovo. This is a different color, Vovo. It's by Rosa Pomar. It's a 4-ply sport weight, so it holds a cable like very well. I think it feels kind of rustic in the skein, but it knits up not feeling as rustic. Like, oh my god, I can't talk. I don't know. I don't think it's that rustic. No, it's more rustic than a Cascade 220, but it knits up soft once it's blocked and everything. It is sourced sourced, scoured, milled, and dyed, all in Portugal. And do I have any stats on it? Are there things on this? Oh, 50 grams, 156 yards, 143 meters. I bought this at the Woolly Thistle, and the vest is in color 09, which the Woolly Thistle just calls red, but I think it's called like bull's blood or something if you translate it. And now there's noises outside. I think my neighbors just got home. Okay, so that's, nope, one more WIP. So disorganized. Okay, this is the last thing. This is like asleep right now because I got overwhelmed. This is a knit for my husband. I just got to the point where I was about to separate for sleeves and actually add mid-back short rows because he has a very broad back and needed more short rows. This is the Melville sweater. I'm forgetting the designer's name. That has it's gonna be a color work with a giant whale on it. I'll put the specs on the side. I'll put the specs on the side. So I feel bad. I forgot to pull it up. But this is the Melville sweater. It is fingering weight color work. I'm using something I would not normally knit with. I'm using Malabrigo Ultimate Sock. I'm doing Azules Profundo and Natural. This is what the whale is going to be in. And Ultimate Sock, 420 yards for 100 grams. It's a super wash, a 75-25. I don't normally knit with this type of yarn for myself, but my husband is not a big fan of woolly wools, so he wanted something very soft, and I want to make something that he actually wears, so I'm using this. I had to take a break because I just got overwhelmed. I'm knitting a size 5 because I sized down my needles and I wanted to have like, I don't know, this is a very tight like gauge. I don't know if you can tell, but like it's very, I went down in needle size and everything, not because I wasn't on gauge, but because I wanted a tighter fabric. And I just got overwhelmed with sizing and like doing the color work with superwash yarn, and I needed to like take a step back from having like 400 stitches on my needles. I was like, ooh. I'll circle back to that eventually. Okay, so that's everything. Let's get into the actual yarn. I'm taking so long. I thought it was gonna be short, but it's not gonna be short. Okay, let's start with the lightest weight and then I'll like move up from there. Starting with my lightest weight, I only have one lace weight, and I'm going to talk about it when I talk about something else, or I'm going to talk about them together right now. This is Knitting for Olive Soft Silk Mohair, and this is Knitting for Olive Merino. This is my only only skeins of these. I just have one of each, and I bought them specifically for my son because he loves the color pink. I want to make more like little accessories for him instead of just garments, and he really wanted he's a toddler. He doesn't like say he really wants things. He really likes scarves. He doesn't like hats that much. So I was gonna make the Poet Scarf by Sari Nordland with these, which it calls for a fingering and a lace weight. So I was like, this is perfect. This is color Watermelon, and I think this is color Flamingo. And I think if I hold them together, it'll look very nice. So that is the plan for that. And I think just like one of each is going to be plenty. Okay. Next we have a lot of sock yarns, like sock, 75, 25, 80, 20, whatever, that I'm probably not going to use. When I first started knitting, I bought a bunch of yarn without kind of knowing the kind of knitting style that I like. And I've learned since, and now I think I have some things I need to like give away or get rid of. So I'll talk about them very briefly. This is Opal. It's 100 grams. I don't remember what the colorway is, but it's like a little rainbow. I've lost the label. I think my son ate it. I don't know. It's a 75-25. It's very pretty. It would be very fun, but I have discovered I just don't like sock knitting. So the tiny circumferences does not suit me well. So I'll probably give this away unless I can like think of, maybe I'll make a hat. I don't know. I'm not that inspired. I also have a few skeins of Drops Fable. This is in color 910. It's another 75-25. Trying to decide which of these is softer. I don't know. These feel very similar. Like very, very similar. This one has more visible fuzzing already on it, which kind of makes sense. This one is holding up in the skein better. But these feel almost identical. Next we have, this is a Zobber ball. These are so fun, and I got this on sale for like $5. And the color is so fun that I want to think of something to do with this. If I do fingering weight color work, I feel like I could use this, especially because even though this is another 75-25, it doesn't feel super washy. I don't know, it doesn't feel like a sock yarn. It's weird. It's pretty, so I'm not gonna give it away. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna sit on it. We'll see. And then last sock yarn is, this is another Malabrigo's Ultimate sock in the color Zinnias. It's in a ball right now because I knit like half of a sock. I didn't even get through a full sock. I knit half of a sock, and I was like, wow, I need to not do that. That is not sparking joy for me. So again, I don't know what to do with this. I had a thought, bold, that I could hold it with, if I have extra of the Germantown. Like, what if I held them together and got to a worsted weight, Aran weight, and made a hat? Like I don't know how this would behave being held together. I don't know what that would do. I should probably swatch it and see. They're kind of pretty. I feel like it would, I just don't know if the fabric would be nice, but like, I think the appearance of it would be nice. They're just such different materials. I don't know. That's one thought I had. Okay, that's all of the sock yarn. I have one other, fingering weight, and that is Drops Flora. This was also an early knitting purchase. It's color 10 and color 1. And I think that my plan when I bought this, I think the plan, to look this up, was to make the Songbird Mittens by Erica Huser. Oh, I'm so bad at last names. Erica Huser. I think this is enough yarn for it. Yeah, there are, each 50 grams has 210 meters, 230 yards. I wanted to like try out color work on a small scale before I did like a full sweater. And then I realized like I don't wear mittens. I would just have them decoratively. And why not just like make a full sweater first? So I made a full sweater first, and then I never came back to making these mittens. And I don't know if I want to, and I don't know what I want to do with them. But here they are. Drops Flora is a alpaca wool blend. It's like 65-35. I think this is enough if I want to do a hat, maybe, because I do wear hats, so we'll see. Okay, now moving on to sport weight. What do we have? Okay, first off, let me talk about this one. This is Queensland Collection United. I think I have 7 skeins of this. It's 50 grams. This is such a weird yarn. I don't mean that in a negative way. It's a sport weight, but it has 251 yards per 50 grams, which feels like it should be a fingering weight. Like, that's the yardage for a fingering weight. But I've used it like as a sport weight and put it on like size 5 needles, and it's knit up like a sport weight. So it's, I don't know, it's funny. It's 55% wool, 45% cotton. I think it's technically superwash. I've never washed my garments that I've made with this. And I blocked them, but I've never put them in the washing machine. And I would be nervous too. I just don't feel like it feels like it should go in a washing machine, you know? Sorry, I'm like sniffly, I just realized. So what was I gonna say? I'm zoning out. I bought this color to make a vest in, and I think I have enough, and I'm gonna make the, oop, I have this open in a tab somewhere. It's gonna be the last tab I check. Yeah. I'm gonna make, it's not a vest, I guess it's a shirt technically. The Zoe shirt by Kadri. It's like a little button down vest shirt situation. Calls for a sport weight, 24 stitches by 32 rows, 689 to 1455 yards. It goes up to 5XL, which I always like when the patterns are size inclusive, so that's good. And I think I would probably, this would knit up to a slightly tighter gauge than like a 24 stitch. So I might do like a size medium or large. I don't know, we'll see. So that's that. Next, I have a single skein. Oh my gosh, I'm so sniffly. It's almost June. I should not be sick, but I have a child, so I'm like constantly getting sick. Next I have this. Let me put it back in, this little thing. This is a single skein. I got it at the Berry Yarn Crawl at Firebird. Is it called Firebird Yarns in Haight-Ashbury? This is Sincere Sheep Terroir Fiber Series. It is, it's called Coastal. That's what it's called. It's 50% wool, 25% silk, 25% linen. It's just such a soft, like, nice little yarn. It's 205 yards in 2 ounces, so about 200 yards in 50 grams. I can hold it up. It has like some slight color variation, but it's mostly just like a neutral tone that I think I might use for like an accent on a garment. We'll see. And the last yarns I have, I'll talk about together. It's my other Vovo, which I've got 6 skeins of this in like the natural color, and Daruma Shetland. I got this online, I don't remember where. It's very, very, very similar to the Vovo in terms of feeling. Maybe slightly looser spin to it. The Vovo kind of twists back on itself, and I don't think that this one will. And I have 7 skeins of this. And this is color 11. And it's 100% Shetland wool because it's Shetland. And my plan with this is there's a cardigan that came out. This is the craziest thing I have a plan to. I don't know what I'm doing. It's called the Dot Field Jacket by In Young Kim, Yellow Workshop. This pattern has like no projects. No one has made it. I have nothing to vouch for it. I normally would not make something that has like has not been vetted, but I loved the design of it so much that I like the moment it came out, I was like, have to get that, have to like make that happen. It's knit flat, it's color work knit flat as a cardigan, which I'm not doing that. I refuse to knit color work flat. So I'm going to be trying my hand at steeking, which I don't own a sewing machine. I'll figure it out. It's Shetland. I can figure out how to steek it. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna learn by doing. I'm gonna try this out and we'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna hold these colors together. Not hold them together, but I'm gonna use these 2 colors. And I'm very excited. Okay, I think that's all of my sport weight. Yes, yeah. Okay, getting into DK. I'm gonna talk about, I have a lot of Kobu. I don't think I'm ever gonna use this. Kobu is a cotton bamboo blend from Line Brand. 3.5 ounce, or 100 grams is 232 yards, 212 meters. It's such a soft yarn. It's It's so soft. It's so drapey. It splits like crazy. This is not my color. I bought this for baby knits because it's, you know, hypoallergenic and is so soft. Except I am a bad friend and I'm bad at knitting things for my friends with kids. I need to actually like knit some of the things, but at this point, this is just like sitting on my shelf and I'm not doing anything with it. I also could knit some stuff for my son because this is pink and he would like that. But I do not like knitting with this yarn. The finished products are beautiful and super soft, but this splits so much while I'm knitting with it that I can't do it. Like, it's just not, the juice is not worth the squeeze for me. So I'm probably gonna give these away. Next thing I have is, what is this? Valley Yarns Northfield. I have a couple skeins. I think I have like 3 or 4. This is leftover from, I made something for my son. It was the Dagmar Junior, by Petite Knit. Anyway, this is 70% merino, 20% baby alpaca, 10% silk. It's buttery soft. It pills like crazy. It's fine for a baby knit, but I think I'm just gonna use the last couple of skeins to make accessories for he and I. 50 grams are 124 yards, so it's a pretty big DK. Super soft, great for accessories. So yeah. And then next we have, oh my god, like a massive collection of Drops Lima. I got this again when I was a new knitter, and it was on sale, I think, for $2 a skein. So I think I have like 30 skeins. I've never touched it. It's my greatest shame. I don't know what to do with it. I have so much of it. What colors do I have? Let me just pile them all up. We've got every color in the world. I've got their entire collection. I do have plans. There are plans. Will I act on them? Who's to say? Okay. I had this idea. First off, I'm just gonna hold them like this. No, I'm gonna set them down. I have this idea to have matching fish sweaters for the entire family. So you have the whale, which I know is not a fish. We have the whale for my husband. I made the salmon sweater, the king salmon sweater by Caitlin. That's my ex-boss's name. Caitlin Hunter. That's it. Caitlin Hunter. And then I was thinking of making one for my son as well. Sorry, I got sidetracked. So for my son, I was going to use these colors. Voila. And do the Coldfish Kids pattern, which is a free pattern, has little fish down it. It's uses sometimes 3 strands of color work, which is not my favorite thing. So I've been putting it off because I don't want to do 3-stranded color work. But these colors look very nice together. And I have enough for, unless he starts wearing like a size 10 sometime soon, which he's not going to do because he's 16 months old. So yeah. Oh, stats on these. Again, 65-35 wool and alpaca. And this is, why am I holding them like this? 100 meters, 109 yards per 50 grams. Next, I have the remaining colors, like the warm tones, which I was thinking of using for myself. Idea 1 is holding these 2 together, which is color 0707, which I think is like a rust. I think this is rust. And 0206, which I think this is wheat mix. And I was going to hold these and make the Midok Fit by Teddy Lutsak. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. I think that'd be a very fun idea. I like the combo of like cables and color work on that. I think it's so beautiful. I don't know if I would like wear that garment a lot. I like struggle to think about that itself, but I like the idea of making it. And I frequently I like the idea of making things, so I'll just make them even if they're not like the most ostensibly wearable thing for me. So that's idea one. And then idea two, do I have any plans for these colors? The blue, the off red, and the yellow? No, I have no idea what I'm going to do with these. These, who's to say? We'll see. But idea two is I really want to make the wave sweater by Spectral Streak. Yeah, I'm pronouncing that right. That's close enough. Except that calls for an Aran weight yarn, and this is a DK. But I wanted to use these for the stripes, for the waves on the wave sweater. These are Feederbrook Farm Entropy DK. They're a hand-dyed, hand-spun yarn that I got at a little yarn store in Cambria, down like the central coast of California. I have 2 of each, and they're so pretty. I want to like put them to good use. So I would be knitting very off gauge and would probably size up a couple of sizes. And I think I would have enough of this for it. But I'm trying to decide like what main color to hold it with. I don't know if it would look better with like this kind of wheat color, or if I should get like a pure white color like this. I think I might want like to get a pure white, and in that case I'd probably get like a pure Gint or something. I don't know. Oh, I haven't talked about softness in a minute. Drops Limo is super soft. It's softer than Cascade 220, which in my mind is super soft. I think it's gonna end up pilling, which worries me, but so goes life. This too, the Entropy DK, it's 100% Blue Face Leicester, so also very soft. This feels next to skin soft, and I think it's about actually the same as Cascade 220 in terms of softness. But yeah, this is the colorway Refraction, and this is the colorway Symbiosis. So, yeah. I don't know which of these, like, if it's a, I don't know if a pure white or like a off-white looks better. I just don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. And then we move on to worsted. Okay. Starting with Cascade 220. I've used a lot of Cascade 220. I really like it. This is actually all for, what is it for? Stockings, Christmas stockings. I made one for my son already. And these are going to be for me and my husband. But I haven't gotten around to making the rest of them. But my son was the only one with one last year, but we will have Christmas stockings this year. And I used, I should my projects. The pattern, the Woodland Stockings Big Animals by Allison Lutz. My son got a little red fox, and I think one of us might get the owl, and then I might use the small animals, and one of us will get like a little squirrel or something. So these are the colors, natural. This is 8893. It doesn't have a name on it, but 8893. And this is 7818. Cascade 220 is 100% Peruvian Highland wool. It's 220 yards, hence the name. Though the other Cascade 220s, like Cascade 220 Sport and Fingering, not 220 yards. So they're just using the name, slapping it on everything. Okay, we're getting close to the end, and I'm getting overheated because it's just hot inside my house. I have one other worsted weight. I don't have the label on this. This is, what is this? Oh, Harrisville Designs Highland. I bought one skein of this from the Woolly Thistle again. You can see it up close. It's kind of dark in my house right now, but this is such a like beautifully, the color on this is so gorgeous. The like light greens and dark greens coming through. It's the color Evergreen, and I just have one skein of it. because I wanted to test it out because nowhere near me sells this. And I was planning to make the Wild cardigan by, oh my gosh, Lily Kate France. Lily Kate makes, Lily Kate France. And I'm gonna buy like multiple, they're not skeins, what are they called? They're like the giant wheels? No, I don't know what they're called. I'm gonna buy a lot. The bigger way to buy yarn. What are they called? Anyway, I'm gonna buy a lot, and I wanted to make sure I like the yarn first. I do. It's beautiful. This is a woolen spun yarn. It's 200 meters, 200 yards, 200. It's 200 per 100. 200 of something. It's an American brand, so I'm gonna assume yards. Who's to say? It's more rustic than Cascade 220. It's not as rustic as like Let Low Be. I think this is like the edge of what I would be comfortable with next to skin, but it's gonna be totally fine for a jacket. It's like, I would probably even make a sweater out of this. And I haven't blocked it out yet, so I've only looked at it in the skein. And I'm sure it's softer when it's actually blocked out. Feels more rustic than like a Durirum Natura Gilead, but yeah, again, like it's not Let Low Be. It's like, it's much softer than that. Yeah, okay. And then my last two skeins, we're here. This is it. This is the end. I have multiple of each of these. This is Malabrigo Chunky. It's 100% merino. I don't think it's superwash. It must not be superwash. It doesn't say it's super. It says to Google. I have to look it up if I want the color and the care. But its colors forest and water green. It's super soft. I have to give these away. I'm never gonna use a chunky yarn. I can't think of any time. One, this is not a color that I would use. This I would, but this, I bought these before I even started knitting. I had like a plan years before I started. I think I've had these for like 5 years. I was like, I'm gonna make this chunky, bobbly. I was at a very different style place. This like chunky, bobbly sweater. I was gonna make a chunky weight sweater for San Francisco. I don't know what I was thinking. I had not really knit before. I had no idea what I was in for. I do not have enough for a sweater of this, for sure. Maybe I'll make hats for some of my family that like lives further north. I don't know. This has been sitting there for a long time. I like having kind of projects assigned to my things. I could actually make some gifts. That's the best idea I have for these. Because I don't like knitting with this thick of yarn anyway. It kind of gives my hand cramps. So yeah. Anyway, that's everything. I have some acquisitions planned of this Highland. I have to clear out space before I can do that because currently my cabinets are very full and it's overflowing onto like our bookshelf and my nightstand and my son's areas. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching if you stuck around. This has been lengthy and has covered like all of my yarn, all of my projects, all of my plans. It's a lot to put in one video. I kind of squeeze it all in. Now I have no content left. You'll have to actually watch me make things now. I'm gonna have to actually finish things. Crazy. I'll try and upload like fairly regularly. I'll see what I'm able to do with like, you know, juggling kid, job applications, knitting. But yeah, if you have thoughts on any of the projects, if you have thoughts on what colors look best with the Feederbrook Farms, please tell me. I don't know. Most of my friends don't knit, so they're just getting spammed with like photos of my ideas and thoughts and ramblings. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching.